Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to cover a toe kick with baseboard on your cabinets. This is what the cabinets in our office look like when we moved in, so up until a few months ago. And I liked where it started from, but I really wanted these cabinets to look like built-in furniture. So one of the first upgrades I did on these built-ins is covering up that old toe kick, adding some baseboard, and giving it a really full built-in furniture look that is worthy of a great office. You can also cover up the toe kick on your kitchen cabinets with these exact same steps. So let's get into the project. I was doing a full remodel on this room, so I was already going to remove the carpet. Keep in mind that if you're going to follow the steps in this DIY, if you install the baseboard on top of flooring, when you change out that flooring, you might have to remove that baseboard. So plan how you want to handle that. If this is a kitchen cabinet, if you're not going to change out that flooring until the next time the cabinets are ripped out too, then go ahead and install the baseboard over the flooring. Once I had the flooring out of the way, it was ready for me to start measuring the inside of that toe kick area. I needed to build out that toe kick so that the baseboard has something to attach onto and to support it. So carefully measure the length and the depth and the height of that toe kick area. So you're going to need to build a block that's going to build out that area so that it's flush with the front of your cabinets. Once I was sure I had my measurements, I was ready to start cutting that supporting piece for behind the baseboard. So for this job, I used my table saw and some scrap plywood that I had laying around. So I'm using 3/4 inch plywood for this job. Once I cut that plywood to the right width on my table saw, I moved over to my miter saw to get the length right. This is a pretty simple DIY project, but you do need to be able to use a miter saw and a table saw or similar saws to get this project done. After I had my boards cut, I used wood glue and my brad nailer to create an L-shaped support for my toe kick area. So this completely made the toe kick area flush with the front of my cabinets. L-shaped was okay for me because the baseboards are going to be partially on the existing cabinets. But if you have to have the baseboard straight up just to the top of your support, you'll want a C-shaped support so that it's touching at the top and the bottom of your toe kick. I'll show you what I mean by L-shaped and C-shaped in a minute if this sounds confusing. But first, I'm going to cut my baseboard. I started by shaving a little bit of that baseboard off at the bottom so that it would fit under my cabinet door. I'm using the exact same baseboard that we use along all of the walls in the rest of my house. I like to keep the look and the style of all the trim that's in our house the same so that it all goes together. After trimming that baseboard on my table saw, I moved on to my miter saw so I could make my cuts for the baseboard. Once I had my baseboard cut, I was ready to go back inside and start putting things together. You can see here that I have that L support sitting inside the toe kick, and now the front of my cabinets is flush all the way down to the ground so that it will fully support the back of my baseboard. Now I have enough space underneath my cabinet door so that the baseboard is actually sitting against the original frame of the cabinet along the top. So it's got support along the top with the original frame. But if you need your baseboard to be the exact same height as your toe kick, if your doors are bigger than mine, then you'll want a C-shaped support so that you have a block that is along the top and the bottom connecting to the inside of that toe kick so that you have full support behind that baseboard. Now I'm nailing that baseboard directly into the original cabinets. If you will not be attaching the baseboard to the cabinets, again because of the placement of the door, then I suggest attaching that block that is supporting the baseboard to your original cabinets somehow. So if it is a C-shaped support that you're building, nail it into the area, that toe kick area under the cabinets so that your block is connected to the original cabinets and your baseboard is connected to the block, because you don't want to accidentally kick that baseboard loose after you do all this work to install it. That's pretty much the basics for attaching baseboard to the bottom of your cabinets. Now here's a look at what the built-ins in my office look like after doing baseboard on just one side. And already the difference is huge. It looks like built-in furniture instead of just kitchen cabinets sitting in my office, right? And here's another look at that finished makeover on my office built-ins. So as you can see, covering up that old toe kick with baseboard was a great decision in this room. It really made those built-ins look like real furniture. If you want to see more from this room, I'll put links to the other videos that I made for this room and the blog post with all of the pictures in the description below. And be sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos just like this. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.